This is Emily, and today I'm going to be going over how to draw animals. Last week I went over how to draw robots, but this week we're going to go over how to draw animals. And let me just get these guys out of the way. I'm using Clip Studio Paint for drawing, but you can follow along on paper or other programs. We're gonna talk about how to draw things with shapes, and animals are made out of organic shapes. So they're gonna be mostly built off of like, they're gonna be mostly based off of circles, and circles, and kind of like this shape or like a bean shape. And I'll show you how we get to that. My little bars in the way. I'm gonna delete that. I'll make a new layer. I'm gonna just move this up here. Or I'll move it down here. We're gonna go over probably the hamster first. He's the easiest to draw. And so for the hamster, we are going to kind of draw a pear shape, or like an oval with a top that's smaller than the bottom. And then we're gonna make this like wide U shape. And then circle kind of like almond shapes for the eyes. And then some round little ears with some insides. And then for his hands, they're going to be made up of circles. And then we're going to make like a V. And then like a check mark, like a backwards check mark on that one. And then for his feet, we're going to do like that kind of thing. And then hamsters like sunflower seeds. So I drew some like sunflower seeds on the side. And I do that by like making an almond shape or a teardrop, and then drawing an upside down heart inside. And that's how the sketch goes. And then we can switch to a black color and go to our pen tool, which is really big right now. I'll make that a bit smaller. And we'll zoom in on this guy. My hands are a little shaky today, so I'm going to turn up the stabilization, which if you're in Clip Studio Paint, stabilization is, it's going to drag it slower so you make a cleaner line. If I don't have on the stabilization, it picks up like every little like bump So I'm just gonna turn it up. Okay. We're just gonna trace over what we already did. I hold down the space bar to drag the canvas. And then I press G twice to do the paint bucket tool. And that just fills in the that fills in that area if you have a closed off space. It's okay to deviate from your sketch because maybe you don't really like the way it looks at first. And you can always go to your eraser and decide to erase some lines. So there are his little feet. And all that's left are the hands.
Hello, Emily. Can you start from the beginning for Ashley Knight? They were having some trouble with trying to find an art program to grab, so they grabbed a sketchbook. Can you start with like how to establish shapes for organic creatures?
Yeah. So let me go to a new layer. So when we're building animals, we're gonna use organic shapes, which are primarily made out of circles. Uh, this kind of like rounded diamond shape, and this kind of bean shape. For the hamster, we make a bean shape, which is, if we're looking at this hamster, he kind of goes like this, kind of like a chicken nugget, um, but with a flat side. And then he's kind of got a chubby bottom. And for his head, we're gonna do like a U shape. And his hands are two circles and then like a V with a check mark at the top. And then his feet are just like uh, this kind of thing, kind of like a duck foot. And then his ears are upside down teardrops like this. And then his eyes are also kind of like teardrops, but on the side. You can also just do circles if you want. And his nose is a V with a line at the bottom. And that's our hamster. If you're not able to have a program that has a what this layer bar, you can always start with your pen tool, and that has like a really crisp lines compared to my pencil tool, so that when you want to fill in the color with something else, the paint bucket tool, it'll look better than, because there's all these white gaps when you have a pencil tool. So so I built the hamster, and then I'm gonna, what did that do? Okay, I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm gonna get the black color for the line art. And we're gonna do the eyes. We're just tracing over what we already did. Oops. If you ever mess up and you're in a drawing program, Control Z on the keyboard, or this like back arrow, is the undo button. And that's just a little shortcut if instead of going edit undo, you can always press Control Z on your keyboard, or you can do that back arrow. I'm gonna make his feet a little smaller, so I'm gonna deviate from the sketch. I'm gonna make sure that I close these gaps. I'm gonna zoom out now. And now I'm gonna turn off this sketch layer that I was working from. He looks okay. He's taller than the original. Ashley. What was the question? Oh. Okay. Hi. I was just checking up on the chat because I saw there was notifications. Did you have any questions so far? I'm gonna fix this. Oops. Because he's kind of tilted. And then if we want to color him, I chose gray for this hamster, which we can do again. I'm gonna do I to select this color that I already chose. And then I'm gonna press G twice. Okay, minimize that since we don't have any questions. Oops. And then I'm gonna grab this darker color, and I'm going to turn off or I'm going to lock transparent pixels, which is this button right here. And that'll make it so I can only draw inside the hamster. Oh wait, I should do this a different way. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn the hamster into a reference layer, and then I'm going to make a new layer and color underneath him. So I'm gonna press I and then G twice and get that color filled in. And then I'm gonna get that pink color and I'm gonna fill in his feet. Oh, I accidentally got the white color. If you don't happen to have like an image like here, you can always pick a color from here. And then draw in. The pink color. There usually isn't any like fur on a hamster's hands. Okay. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm doing this voluntarily, and because it's fun. And I'm gonna give him a white little belly. After I make a shape, I can just fill it in with the paint bucket tool. And then I'm gonna choose a darker gray, like a dwarf hamster sometimes has the like darker side on them. Um, I'm gonna turn on this clip to layer below. Oh, nope, I'm not. Disregard what I just said on the clip to layer below. Um, and um, can I erase this little bit right here? And that's our hamster. He kind of looks like he's surprised compared to this one that I originally drew. But we're gonna move on to probably this bird is the next easiest. I'm gonna organize my layers real quick though. So I'm gonna shift click all of these layers and I'm gonna, oh, I guess I need to make the folder first. I'm gonna make a folder first with this button. And then I'm gonna click this top layer and then shift click these layers below and drag them into here. And then this little caret tool will make them kind of like you're closing a folder so you can't see them anymore, but you can turn off this one. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ashley, which one would you like to see next? Or Aiden? Okay. Yeah, we'll go with a bird. I'm gonna click a new layer. And the bird is, I like to sketch in blue. The bird is kind of like a circle and then like a banana shape or like a jalapeno with a round top, and then instead of finishing the circle, we're gonna do like a flat bottom. And then he's got a circle for an eye, but we made his eyes closed in the original, so we're gonna draw a line through that eye, kind of curved. And then we're gonna make a smaller, like banana shape, like this. And then it takes a lot of practice. It's okay to, we all start off somewhere, and it can take a long time or just like a lot of studying, but as long as you're having fun, that's the main thing when you're drawing. So I just extended him up and I made these like U shapes, like this for his tail. And then I'm doing, this is gonna be like a half circle on his feet or on his legs, I guess. And then we're just gonna draw some lines for his actual feet because they're really thin. And then we're gonna draw a half circle for his beak, but the other way. So the top half of the beak was like this. The bottom half was like this. And that's basically the sketch for our bird. I'm gonna go to a new layer and I'm gonna switch my color to black and I'm gonna change to the pen tool and we're gonna trace him over. I'm gonna give him like a little nostril and then I'm gonna curve out this line and then just kind of follow that other line. Okay. And then I kind of gave him a bump on his head. Hold on. Oh, there we go. So we built like a lot of extra shapes that we didn't need. We just need to pick the shapes that we do want to keep. And that's how, like, you drew a bunch of shapes. Like if you drew like a bunch of circles, and then like, undo that one. You drew like a circle and then a triangle and then a square, but we only wanted to keep some of them. This isn't going to make anything recognizable, but this is basically what we're doing to get our more complicated shapes that turn into a bird. It kind of looks like the one Plants vs. Zombie guy. I don't know what his name is, but he shoots like peas. So we're gonna take the top of this curve and then I'm gonna go in a little bit and then out and then the back of the curve and I'm gonna go out a little bit more and that's gonna be the wing and there's like I don't think like in actual birds there's this line, but in cartoons I see this line a lot where it distincts like the body of the wing compared to where the feathers are. And sometimes there's like color differentiation between this bottom part of the wing and this top part. And then we're gonna finish off his tail and we can, oh, I forgot his leg. We're gonna give him his other leg. And then we're gonna turn off the line art, or no, we're gonna turn off the sketch layer. And now we've got the outline of our bird. He looks like he's really proud. He got an A on his paper. Good job, bird. I'm gonna close this gap. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time is I'm gonna make a new layer and then I'm gonna set this one to the, I'm gonna set the bird to a reference layer. And then I'm gonna press W on the bird layer and then go back down to my other layer and I'm gonna color him light blue, kind of like a cockatiel. You can choose any color you want. I just like this color. And Control D. Control D is how you unselect. And now I'm going to color him a darker color on his wing and his tail feathers. And I'm gonna choose like that color. If you want, you can make a new layer every time you start a new color. And if you have like a base color like this, you can do clip to layer below. And then you can draw all over him, but not go outside of the lines. Okay. And then there we go. And then I'm gonna go in with a darker color with some little lines. Because sometimes birds have patterns on them, and that's just like mimicking the pattern that a bird might have. And then I'm gonna take this cream color that I initially had, and I'm gonna color his eyes. Oh wait, I gotta go back down to the base layer. Color that in, and then I'm gonna grab his beak color and color that in. Okay, so now we've got a bird and he's all proud. He kind of looks like a pigeon instead of a conure, but that's okay. I'm gonna make a new folder and I'm gonna put all of his layers in here, and I did that by clicking the top layer and holding shift and clicking the bottom layer and then dragging those in there. I can rename this folder bird, and this one's hamster. Okay, and then I'm gonna start a new layer and we'll go on to our next animal. Did anyone in the chat have a animal that that they'd like to do. We can do the bird, or I'm sorry, we just did the bird. We can do a cat or a dog. The cat's probably easier. And then the dog, he's got like circles inside of circles. Oh, the frog? Yeah. We can do the frog. He's happy, and I love frogs. I've been thinking about them a lot lately. That's not what I want. Undo. So the frog is, I'm gonna go back to my blue color that I like. And I'm on my pencil tool. Okay. So the frog is kind of like an oval, but then we add this like, we're gonna make like a bowl shape, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And then we're gonna add 2 circles on top. And then on the outside of those circles, we're gonna add 2 more circles. And then we're gonna add some teardrops. And I don't know what to call this. This is like a rectangle, but one side is big and rounded, and then the other side is like tapered off, so it's smaller on this side. And then we're gonna do smaller teardrops right here, and those will be his hands later. And then we're gonna do triangles for his other feet. And then some lines halfway through the teardrop to make the rest of his leg. And his face is 2 little lines. Then I like to do like this. It's like making a W, but really long. And then like a boat, the bottom of a boat shape. And that's our sketch. And then we'll go in on a new layer. Yeah. We'll go in on a new layer with black and the pen tool, and we'll start drawing him. So this is a good one where like, I see that there's a line here, but we're not gonna actually draw that line. We're gonna ignore it. So we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna draw the rest of the eye. And then we're gonna come down and then draw his cheek. I made this kind of like, I picked up my pencil or my pen. I picked up my pen here, and then I went up a little bit and I put it down for the like rest of the stroke. And that kind of gives your frog some depth. And then I'm gonna add these legs in here. And then I didn't draw his toes separately, but we can draw his toes. Separately. And the toes are just like little circles that we're not completing. And then Here's his like stomach, which is like the bottom of him. And then we'll jump back up here so we can finish this half and meet down at his feet again. Oh. So we're stopping. Grabbing that one. And then, oops. And then we're just gonna come in here. Sorry, my shaking's like really bad today, but that happens. I just started with like a straight line and then I went up and down. And so I left some gap in between his toes here because frogs have web feet. And then we can go over to this other foot and do the same thing. Oops. Then we've got that shape and now all that's left is his face. Okay. So these are just like little lines that are kind of teardrop shaped. And then, oh. You don't have to feel like you have to do it all in one go. You can pick up your pencil and then get what you can. And that's the outline of our frog. And I'm gonna make a new layer. Oh, I forgot to set him as a reference layer. And then I'm gonna do W to select him. I'm gonna select all the little parts of him so I can color them all in. And then we're gonna choose a green color. We're gonna go back down to this layer. And then I made his eyes blue in the last one. I like that. Okay. Oh no, undo. And then his inside of his mouth is gonna be pink. And then he's got like a yellow little underbelly. I'm gonna just draw that in. Okay, and now I'm gonna deselect him. That's Control D. And I'm gonna add the like little shiny. Yeah, the little shiny bits to his eyes. And our frog is done. I guess I did the shiny bits on the same side. Yeah. Okay, so with that, our frog is done. I'm gonna put him in a new layer. Or not a new layer, a new folder. No, that's not okay. We're gonna draw the cat now. I'm gonna go back to blue to draw the sketch. Okay, so that's it on time. And thanks for coming, and have a great day.